So, if you haven't heard already, we have a historic event that happened in America today, and it's not one of the good historic events. Literally in the course of under a month, 2 white cops beat grand jury indictments for killing unarmed black people. Now, I want to take a brief moment to explain the difference between Michael Brown and Eric Gardner, the two in question. Now, of course, we all know that a 12-year-old kid was shot for having a BB gun. That's a whole different thing and a whole nother set of bullshit that I'm not going to get into right now because it'd be way too complex. Here's the difference between Michael Brown and Eric Gardner. Okay? Michael Brown, who was shot in Ferguson, there were no witnesses to. We know this because all the witnesses who claimed to have been there were paraded around in front of the grand jury day one so that the prosecutor could slowly guide them to the fact that they lied, which the police had already proven weeks before. So we have the word of a cop, which I guess carries some weight, and then the word of a black guy who got... Oh, wait a second, no. We don't have his word because he's dead. So we only have the word of the guy who killed him, which, I'm going to be honest, is literally worth shit to me. Now, I'm not saying he didn't act within his rights. I'm not saying he wasn't defending himself. I'm literally saying that if you kill somebody and nobody else was there, and literally the question is, did you act within your rights according to what you said or not, then I literally will not believe a word out of your mouth. Now, in the case of the Eric Gardner thing, here's the issue. We have fucking videotape. We literally have a videotape taken of him getting arrested. Now, I think in America we have this issue that we don't understand the difference between resisting arrest and assaulting a police officer. Now, resisting arrest is literally that. When a police officer tries to take you into custody and you don't go willingly, that's resisting arrest. Whereas assaulting a police officer is literally assaulting a police officer. Not very complex at all. Now, Eric Gardner was resisting arrest. Yes. The cop grabbed his arm and Eric Gardner pulled it back and said, "Get the fuck off of me. Don't fucking touch me." And then the officer grabbed him again and tried to pull him, and Eric Gardner once again pulled his hand back and said, "Don't fucking touch me." Within 2 seconds of that second recoil, before he had the chance to assault any of the cops in question, 3 cops grabbed him from the front, or it was 2. I watched the video I want to say an hour ago. 2 cops grabbed him, and then another one leaped on his back immediately, Air Jordan style. I swear to God, this guy... For all those who think white men can't jump, this man was a testament to the bullshit that statement is. He leaped on this guy's back and starts chokeholding him. The chokehold that would inevitably kill the man. Now, if you have watched the protests, you might know that they're walking around screaming, "I can't breathe, I can't breathe." That was what Eric Gardner said when he was getting tackled to the ground. The cop didn't stop, he kept going, and then Eric Gardner stopped saying anything because Eric Gardner was dead. The problem with this is he never assaulted police, and New York's own police board have stated that the use of a chokehold has been frowned upon by their own police force for nearly 20 to 30 years. I forget if it was the 70s or 80s. Because of its excessive use of force. I mean, this is fact. So he shouldn't have done that to begin with, but he did do it without any real threat to him. Now, I can understand them trying to take him down. Now, Eric Gardner was a big guy. He was bigger than everybody who was trying to arrest him. That is true. He was also much wider than everybody who was trying to arrest him. That is also true. The problem is that, unfortunately, after watching that video, I can't honestly say that the level of force used by the police was justified compared to what he was doing prior to that, which was simply retracting his hand, which is why I want to put forth the suggestion. And the only way to get that suggestion out is to use the media source that we've all come to love to hate, Twitter, with their shitty hashtags. And what hashtag do I suggest we use to help stop police from doing this? Because we have 3 black people that were dead. One 12 years old. They're dead because of overaction from the police. Now, I'm not saying police are racist. I don't think police are racist. I think police are literally conditioned to fear black people and fear everything that a black person is capable of. So they tend to jump the gun and act before they actually need to take down an African American person. So here's what we need to do. Hashtag RODNEYKINGSTYLE. Now, this is a win-win situation. It's not ideal, but I think it works. See, in the 90s, what used to happen was police would take out nightsticks and then beat the living shit out of a black person. Now, I know what you're going to say. Oh, but Panda Parade, that's just as bad. We want all the racism to be gone. We don't want police to treat black people this way. You're right. That should happen. But guess what? It's not going to. You're not going to abolish racism. Nobody is. It's going to be there until the end of time. I guarantee you, when the Earth is about to explode and the last capsule that's going to escape Earth is going to send off, they'll have half space left on that capsule, and they'll still say, oh, no Mexicans, no black people. Sorry, guys. RODNEYKINGSTYLE, though, is a step back, and sometimes a step back is just the step forward that the world needs. See, in the 90s, they used to beat the shit out of black people, but the black people always got to walk away in the end, and that is what we need as a country. We need to return to doing exactly that. See, it's a win-win. The police officer gets to beat the shit out of a black guy, and the black guy gets to not die. Which is why I put forth the suggestion, hashtag RODNEYKINGSTYLE. We hashtag that. And then, only then, can we go back to the 90s, a simpler time. A simpler time when people still believed racism was a thing. Which, in all honesty, that feels exactly like a win-win.